Hello folks and welcome back to Medieval Total War. I am Conostep and this is going to be part 42 of my early campaign where I'm playing as the Almohads. And in the last episode I did start my invasion of Poland. We have taken Moldavia and Kiev and Pomerania without any trouble so far. And the castles in these two provinces over here have fallen to me. Well, this castle is going to take forever to fall. There's only 38 men total in this castle, and it will take 9 years for it to starve out. I can either attack this castle right away, or I can send my spies in. Now, I don't think my spies can get the job done right now yet. 0% chance. But I do want to see if that chance will increase over time. So just as a little experiment, I want to see what happens there. So I'm going to wait, hang out. I'm not going to be attacking this during this end turn, so that should be all fine. And as far as the rest of it, I'm honestly kind of tempted to bring over a couple more stacks from Cyrenaica, just to kind of make sure I can hold these territories down here in Moldavia and Kiev. Because when I am attacking into Poland and Volhynia, which is the Polish, yes, okay, they also have Silesia. But when I start attacking into these provinces, I do want to make sure that I can hold on to these back provinces so that I can secure my exit. So, right? So, in case the Hungarians decide to turn on me, not that we're allied, but, even more so, just in case the Hungarians decide to take a revenge, essentially, for the Polish, then I will have forces back here that can defend against that. Let's see, do I have? Yes, you can be the governor of Moldavia, make me a little bit more money, and let's bump these taxes up as well and make me just a little bit more money, because I am still losing money. Yeah, I'm losing 1,253 florins per turn here. I'm sitting at 87,000, so I'm still, fine. I will be fine for a while, but yeah, it's kind of nerve-wracking, honestly. I'm only at Worth, the Polish, and at this point, it's just the upkeep of my armies is too high, I believe. I think that's the only reason. Unless I destroyed too many ports that I was trading with when I invaded the Dutch. That might be a thing as well, or the Danes, that is. So, yeah, I wonder if that's why I lost some income as well. I also wonder, something that I haven't really taken a peek too much at is improving my farmland. Typically, I just kind of rush trade, so it's worth taking a peek at this. So I have 40% in Algeria and Tunisia. Morocco's sitting at 20%, so is it worth upgrading here? Farm income with the 20% is only making 250, so maybe not so much. And then what about Granada? Granada's sitting at 40%. And it's making 454, so maybe it's worth putting a 60% increase there. And I can take a peek at the rest of these as well. So we have the 60% here in Cordoba, 40% in Valencia. Valencia is probably worth another one, would be my guess. Yeah, yep. Yeah, let's get a 60% farm increase when we're done building this Rabat here in Valencia to try to make a little bit more money. I don't think Aragon's going to be worth it. It's 20% and it is making only 384. It's not too awful, but nah. And then what about Navarre? 440%. Okay. Worth thinking about. Only 20% here in Castile, and then they're going to be making 600. Yeah, so let's get some upgrades going here. Get that going, and then Leon, maybe you as well. You have only 20% and making 424 off 20%. Yeah, it's probably worth getting at least a 40% going there. And Portugal, you have the 40%, and how much are you making on that? 40% making 469. Okay. Okay, so good to know. I'll see if that can, kind of help me out in the short term at least. I don't know if that's going to get me past the negative 1,200 per turn, but any little bit helps here to kind of slow down the decline. So Obviously, I will be losing soldiers during these wars, and I won't have to pay their upkeep, so there is that. Yeah, so it's interesting. I have like 75, like 78 turns left in this campaign that I have to get by, and honestly, if I go in debt, it's fine as long as I don't die, you know, right? As long as my empire is not trashed and I'm able to survive, and as long as I have enough points, I can win this. So maybe after I invade Poland, it's going to be worth. I'm looking at Egypt here, and I'm thinking like, man, they're so big, you know. Even though this is a reemergence faction, so I don't have to worry about their points catching up to me. They just have a lot, you know. They have a lot here, and actually, I will be finding out in the next turn what my new glorious achievements, points, thingies, goals are going to be, you know. So if I am making less, and then Egypt, I mean, I don't know. Could they catch up to me? Is it possible at all? If we have 1, 2, 3 more counting periods? Ah, there's no way, right? There's no way. Still, it might be worth kind of punching Egypt in the face again. I know I've already done it before. But it might be worth doing it again just to kind of, you know, make sure that they don't gang up on me and attack me. And, you know, cause some problems for me. Because they're huge, you know? And why aren't they fighting Hungary? They're not fighting Hungary. Yeah, they're fighting no one. Why are you guys fighting no one? You know? And same with Hungary as well. Like, Hungary has been growing. This is another faction that I did kill off as well. So we have another reemergence faction here, which might, you know, might feel like they need to get some revenge against me. So I'd prefer it if these two factions fought each other. That'd be beneficial for me. But in any case, we have this Polish war to kind of finish up here. I probably will not be making any moves in this turn. As I was saying, I'm going to wait until this is handled up here in Pomerania, and then I can make my moves here and move inland towards these armies in Volhynia and Poland. And hopefully we don't have to go to Silesia, but, you know, we'll do what we have to track down any last remaining family members. Wessex is now dealing with a troublemaking priest. John Ball is a foul heretic, giving into preaching many errors and scandals against king and church, and no good will come to his immortal soul. His attacks on the privileged, wealthy, and positioned are not to be tolerated. They stir up the simple and lowly to foolish rebellion. Wessex is now a hotbed of heresy and disloyalty. Huh. So yeah, I guess that's going to give the Sicilians some issues, but you know what? They have 3 stacks sitting right there, so they're probably going to be doing just fine, I'd say. Anything else here? Charismatic leader? Yeah, +3 morale. That's a great one. For one of my guys over here in Moldavia. Perfect place for you to be. And my goals have not changed one bit. This is good news for me, actually, because this is going to be giving me another 12 points, 14 points total. Yeah, that's going to keep me well above water. Sure, the Egyptians can make up some ground on me, but overall I'd say I'm going to be doing just fine for the next 3 counting periods. So yeah, let's see. Let's take a peek and see if my chances increase at all. So yeah, they actually have increased. Now there's a 70% chance that I can get my spy into this castle. And let's bring over another spy as well. Are you Valor 0, Valor 2? Yeah, let's bring over a Valor 2 spy. And maybe he can get me into this castle next turn. I won't wait the entire time. I can just give it a few years. See if I can get in without taking any casualties, and if that's not the case, then I will, you know, attack it. I do have the artillery that is here that is fully capable of getting me in, but I just figured I'd let my spies have a crack at it. Oh, perfect. My second spy attempt to get into the castle was able to be successful here, so I was able to take that castle with very minimal loss of life. 1 spy, and then a few troops dying of attrition over the course of the last few years. So, nice. And he had a 34% chance, I believe, as well, so that feels pretty good. I do have the largest army, but you know what? I am paying for it as well. And let's see, looks like one of my spies did get caught here in Anjou. Okay, so I do have some agents that are still in these territories that I had taken from the Danes, so I should probably remove any more of them if there are any more. The alums are fine. It's the spies and the assassins that need to leave. An heir has matured. So Prince Ibrahim, now he is my 3rd son or heir. And then the Ribat has been completed. That's going to be giving +2 morale, I believe. And let's see, anything. Yeah, Prince Ibrahim, Chinless Wonder. Oh, unfortunate. So he is inbred. That's too bad. -1 acumen and -1 command. And then, however, he's a natural leader as well. So +2 morale and +1 loyalty. So, yeah, interesting. Not the greatest leader, but the men will fight decently underneath him, depending on his command stars. I mean, okay, so he's a 3-star general. A 3-star general with a +2 morale buff to the men is, I would say that's pretty worthwhile. And he's also super loyal, so bless his heart, you know, he tries. So let's bring him on over to Navarre to kind of spread the love a little bit, make sure that I have my heirs spread out so that they can't all die in one single attack. And yeah, that should be all groovy there. So yeah, I got Pomerania. That's now under my control. I can... Is it making any money? Oh, wow. It actually is making a grand. That helps. Now I'm only -400. Yeah, nice. That's kind of makes me wonder if I should hang on to Pomerania. Let's try to boost this a little bit more. Ooh, this is going to give one command star. Okay. Probably going to be losing Pomerania pretty soon, so that's not going to be a big deal. But, I mean, while I have it, let's see, 4, you are already a governor. But you are not a governor, and you have 5 acumen. Okay, yes, you. You don't have anything that's going to make these people hate you, are you? No. Abu Malik Ibn Bakr, you get to be the governor of Pomerania for a short while, you know, until we decide to leave. But yeah, you know what? Let's make us just a little bit more money here. Making 1,700, and we're in the green. All right, awesome. That feels great. So making 126 now. That feels freaking lovely. So we are ready to get our attack underway now. Let's how do we want to do this? So if I were attacked by the Hungarians, how many forces can they bring to bear upon Moldavia? Well, they have a couple stacks here, 2 half stacks, and then 2 more almost full stack. I mean, a little beat up, but kind of full stacks here. So I might want to leave 4 stacks here in Moldavia. I know that seems like a lot, but that might be what I need to do. And then what about up here in Kiev? Who borders Kiev? Well, the Egyptians border... Jesus, a lot of places border Kiev. Alright, let's start with the Mongols. The Mongols border with, like, this, and these. And gosh, I'll tell you what, I know I've said this before, but I really don't want to fight the Mongols in this campaign. I really don't. It's a lot of work. It really is. Like, just this, for example. You know, looking at this, and you might think, oh, it's a kind of a small army. Yeah, but it's 8 freaking, you know, like, Mongol heavy cav units. They're tough. They really are. And then everything that they have shoots arrows, except for their heavy cav. So, like, their steppe heavy cavalry, you're like, oh, yeah, it's heavy cav. No, they have bows. So they'll just shoot at you, and then they'll charge you, you know. They'll shoot at you until all of their arrows are gone, then they'll charge. Mongol horse archers? Of course, they have bows. Mongol warriors, foot soldiers, they have bows. They'll shoot all of their arrows and then they will attack you. So, yeah, like not much that they have actually does not shoot at you. Their steppe cav is just a basic melee, light cav. Their heavy cav, their Mongol heavy cav, no bows, but then their steppe heavy cavalry, yeah, bows. So it's a little bit different there. But yeah, it's a lot of arrows, is what I'm trying to say. So even though these numbers don't look too big, it's a lot to deal with, you know, if I'm not ready for it. And frankly, the Almohads don't have the heaviest armies. So depending on how Kiev is, how is it? Lush grassland does not sound like a great place for me to fight Mongols on. I'll be honest. That sounds kind of awful. However, there's a river in this province, and it's interesting because if you look at it says waterways none. However, if I do this and then scroll over here, interesting. Wait, what's going on here? So it says there's a river in Petroslav, Slavel? I can see one going through here though, but if I... So none. They would not have to cross the river. And I would not have to cross the river if I attacked them. That's so bizarre because there's a river right here. Okay. What if they attacked me... So yes, from Chernigov, they would have to cross the river and to get into Kiev. And what about Lithuania? Same thing. Okay. So Chernigov and Lithuania would need... I would have a river fight from these provinces, but not from this one. Now, what I don't know is what happens when all of these armies invade me at once. What map will I be fighting on? Would I be fighting on the map that just so happens to have their highest ranked general? Or would it be their king? Their Khan? I don't know the answer to that. Their highest ranked general is this 4-star here in Petroslavl. And I'm saying that right? No, I'm not saying that right. Peryaslavl? Peryaslavl? I'll have to practice that one. But yeah, this is their best general, is their 4-star right here, but their Khans right here. And I feel like I've already noticed in this game that the kings or the Khans or the Khalifas don't necessarily take precedence, do they? I believe the highest ranked general will lead that battle regardless. So I don't know. I don't know what map I would fight on if all of these armies attacked me at once. That's a real mystery. So, and it's a big deal too, because whether or not I'm fighting on a lush grassland against a cav-heavy army like the Mongols, or if I'm defending a river choke point, is a huge difference. So I might be tempted to keep like 4 stacks here as well. Then there's also the Egyptians to consider. They don't have strong forces. It's just pretty much all archers and handgunners. And then Crimea as well. Kind of more of the same stuff. And then what about up here in Pomerania? Now this is the point where I might be more free to leave just a few forces behind, because the Russian forces up here are not strong. And what else is bordering me? Some rebels up here, probably not too worried about them. Yeah, rebels, and Mongols. So overall, that's not too strong, and I might be free to bring most of my forces. I can probably leave 1 stack here and then bring most of my forces down here to Poland at least. Yeah. And then perhaps what I can do is send like a stack each from Moldavia and Kiev into Volhynia to either cut off the retreat of the Polish king, or he would slip past and try to end up in Silesia. So either way, that's going to be the choice that I have to make here. I have a couple of armies ready to take on Volhynia, and I have brought most of my artillery over as well to make sure that I can crack down this keep as well if I need to get in. In addition to that, I have decided to bring over, if there's a chance that I can fight a river battle over on this side, if the Mongols do attack me. Of course, that is not guaranteed yet. Let's bring my organ gun over. I had an organ gun over here in Moldavia, and I decided that, you know what, they can do pretty well in river battles. So I'm going to bring it over here. I know on this side, I was looking at this, and if they attacked from Bulgaria into Moldavia, that'd be another river battle. But if it was Wallachia, not the case, and then Carpathia, also not the case. And considering that their highest ranked general, again, this is just a guess here, but if it's based on their highest ranked general, then it would be this 5-star general here in Wallachia, and that would not be a river battle. So I'm just kind of guessing here. I also do have this other piece of anti-infantry artillery in the Serpentine. I don't know if I've talked about it in this campaign yet, but it is a light cannon with a very long barrel. The name comes from its snake-like proportions that fires a 1 kilogram ball. It is light, transportable, and quite accurate. It is at good range, and a single shot can kill more than 1 man. And yeah, they can be useful. You know, I'm not going to say, you know, it's been a huge determining factor in some battles, but it can be a fun thing to shoot, and it has a pretty high rate of fire as well. Long range, and as it said, it can just plow through formations and do a bit of damage. So we'll keep it here. the terrain here in Moldavia is hilly, so although it is a lush grassland, at least I will potentially have a hill to put my artillery on if I do want to fight there, whereas Kiev is just straight flatland, you know, the perfect place for a cav attack, so that can be a little bit dicey. Now, I don't have any assassins in these provinces that to send forward, but I do have some assassins here in Pomerania, and I decide, you know, let's just kind of go after... I won't get rid of the faction because he does have heirs, but there's 50% chance of killing the king. So let's go after it here, even though he's not highly ranked, he's only a 1-star, and he's a natural leader though. So again, I'm not sure, like I don't think he's necessarily going to be the leader because there are 2-star generals here. So I'll go in, I'll see, you know, how it goes here, but of course we might just kill him and then we won't find out. But, yeah, that's going to be fine. I'll just send my assassins in and see if I can get rid of him. And then, yeah, 34% chance. And then what about you? Ooh, 4-star general, or 4-star assassin. Yeah, 50% chance of killing, getting a kill there. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. And let's get some armies together. As I was saying before, I might just bring 4 whole armies from Pomerania. Hey, and how about that? The King of Poland has been assassinated, and let's see, so yes, I must feign horror at the tragedy. I don't think I do, I really don't think I do, because we are straight up in their lands killing them with our armies as well as our assassins, so there's no feigning of horror here. No, I don't think so. The Polish are retreating from Volhynia, and I suppose that means they're going to make their stand in Poland itself, which is being invaded by like 4 of my stacks, so... I don't know how well that's going to go for them. Volhynia has been captured. And the Poles are also retreating from Poland. Okay, does that just mean the Poles in Volhynia just died automatically? Because they had nowhere to run to? Yeah, holy shit, we almost pillaged 3,000 florins from Poland. And yeah, they didn't retreat to the castle in Poland. They just straight up abandoned it. So the only place they have left is Silesia. Wow, yeah, so ransom refused. I was able to make, or not, yeah, I couldn't make any money, but I killed a lot of guys. And yes, the Polish king has, or, you know, the Polish heir has taken over command of the kingdom, but let's see. So the Egyptians are mobilizing and preparing for a major attack. The Almohads appear to be the target of their planned invasion. The Almohads, well, that's me. The attack is not likely to happen until the year after next, so not 1379, but 1380? I guess? Interesting. So the Egyptians are planning to attack me. Let's see, I've had some assassins caught, that's unfortunate. Improved farmland, so plus 40% is nice. Fortress completed here in Algeria. I think I was probably going for the upgraded spy building, I am assuming, so that I can get +2 valor spies. Fast talker, +2 acumen, and gluttony, -4 valor, -10 happiness. Well, be better, be better. Looks like there's a French emissary just kind of hanging out here. I wonder why. Are we friends? Yeah, we are friends. So they just straight up spying to spy. You know, they just kind of want to see what we're doing, and you know what we say to that. Die, die, spy, die. So the Polish heir has escaped. Yeah, this is unfortunate. Although I will say that worked out pretty gosh darn well, considering that, yeah, those armies, when they ran away from Volhynia, the only place they could run away to was Poland, which also retreated. So a lot of their armies just kind of disappeared. Yeah, that's a bad move for them. This is going to only last for 2 turns, this old garrison here. And I do have some artillery, so I could do something about it. I also have a spy. Let's see, how 0% chance. Okay, well. Yeah, I think I was told at one point that sometimes it just depends on how many soldiers are also in there as well. So in this case, like, I think that's a full house. That's probably as many soldiers as the keep can hold. So that means, like, it's going to be tough for that spy to get in. So yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why. So I guess we do have to go to Silesia, which a little bit of a pain in the ass, but not I mean, Jesus, this is going to be a lot of Royal Knights. Holy shit. Okay. Well, I mean, I have the forces available here. I have 4 stacks here in Poland that can probably swoop on over right now, I'm assuming. I mean, it said the Egyptians are planning on attacking me, and the only place I can see that having any chance of happening is here in Kiev, where they have like 3 kind of stacks and then a 4th kind of stack. Like, I'm not worried about that at all. If they were trying to attack me from Egypt, I mean, Jesus, good luck, guys. Oh dear, yeah, good luck. Whichever way the attack is going to come, I'm not too worried about it. I have full strength, balanced professional armies here in Kiev, and I think they'll be able to hang on. What would it be? What would the terrain be? So it would be a river if they were attacking from Crimea. And then what about... Yes, it would be a river from both places, from Khazar and Crimea. Okay, yeah, come at me, boys. Come at me. I have an organ gun waiting for you to try me, so do your best. Do your worst. Do whatever you want. So, Poland, or Silesia, rather, what do I need to do here? Bring 2 stacks, I suppose? 1 fighting stack and then 1 artillery/siege stack, I think will do the job. What am I vulnerable to here in Poland? What is bordering me? Well, I have a tiny little Mongol army in Prussia, not worried about it. I have a rebel army here in Brandenburg. Typically, they are not too aggressive. I have a German army here in Bohemia. Would I worry about them? Should I worry about them? What are the Germans up to? The Germans are at war with the Sicilians and the Swiss. I don't see them opening up another front to poke me in Poland. That seems like that would be an unwise choice. That leaves Hungary. Would they dare strike me at Poland? If I left 2 stacks to defend, would that be enough? Well, they have a bit of a force here in Hungary, but it's probably necessary to stay here in Hungary, considering that this is bordering these German forces. And then that leaves Carpathia. And it's kind of a similar situation, right? If they risked attacking me here in Poland, well, I'm right here, and I could kind of take that territory as well. So, could they win though? Like, worst case scenario, if they attacked me with everything from Hungary and Carpathia, could they beat me? It's a decent, well-rounded force, isn't it? You know, we got some crossbows, some guns, some spears, some decent spears, some mounted crossbows, some javelins, some swordsmen. It is a well-balanced force, isn't it? Nothing really in the way of, like, scary heavy cav. They have a few units of Royal Knights, but not that much, to be honest. Just like 2 in total. And then the mounted crossbows is probably their best unit. But I'm not too worried about it. So I think that leaving 2 stacks here in Poland should suffice, honestly. In fact, I don't even need to bring like a full 2 stacks here to Silesia. I just need to bring 1 fighting stack and then a second reserve / mostly artillery piece kind of stack here. And this is just going to be a keep here in Silesia, so it's not going to require, you know, much effort to get in if I need to do that. Oh no, I just realized that I'm going to have to fight over a river to get into Silesia. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Gosh. Huh. What about Brandenburg? Gosh, if I took Brandenburg, I would not have to cross a river to get into Silesia. Would that actually save me casualties? Or would it not be worth it? That is an interesting choice. Or, I mean, I have artillery, so like, maybe I can just bomb the crap out of them. You know? I have a siege cannon. This is the big kahuna right here. Demi cannon's not bad either. I have a catapult. It can do some damage. Maybe a mortar can even get some kills. I mean, I could maybe just bring all of my siege weapons in my attacking army and use kind of a version of my bridge baiting tactic in Shogun Total War to potentially just kind of do a lot of damage with my artillery over a river. I mean, they don't have a big force. It's just mostly their heavy cav, right? So it's kind of like a great target for artillery, to be honest. So yeah, maybe I forego taking Brandenburg and then just to get that easier fight. And maybe what I do is I take this river fight and use my artillery to just kind of bomb them off the river. Here we go. This is going to be the battle for Silesia. I do outnumber them by quite a bit. I have 1,187 men, and they only have 296. But that 296 is mostly made up of decently heavy cav, led by a 2-star king, King Vladislav II. I had an assassin, or 2 assassins, that were unable to reach him, so we will have to be fighting this battle here. And I do have 7 pieces of artillery, it looks like. Yeah, 7 pieces of artillery. And, yeah, I mean, I wonder if, I'm tempted to bring all of those pieces of artillery, but if I do that, I really need to make sure that if they charge over that bridge and attack me, as I want them to, I have to make sure I can hold. You know, that's going to be really important. And if they just overrun me, then that obviously is going to defeat the purpose. So, what do I want to do here? Do I want to bring that much artillery? It feels like overkill, but it would be fun. It does feel like it would be fun. What do I want to do? Do I want to bring any archers, or should I just go... Like, 7 pieces of artillery is like probably enough for me to have to defend, and I probably want as many spearmen as possible. In addition to that, I am assuming that getting my heavy cav out there is also going to be very important. So a heavy cav, yeah, I don't need any swordsmen. I probably can leave those in reinforcements. The Berber camels might be an interesting tech, just because they do, you know, obviously fight decently well against cavalry, but because I'm I'm out of their climate, you know, and so I will be receiving a -1 to my attack for my camels. And I feel like that's going to be just enough to kind of make this, they're already a lightly armored, you know, camel archer unit. They just happen to fight upwards against all cav in this game, but I feel like this is just a little bit out of their element here. Against armies that would not be as cav heavy as this, I wouldn't be too worried. Like if it was more like medium cav per se, or more skirmish cav, then I would still be fine bringing the camel archers into this climate. But because I would be needing these guys to fight in melee, like that's kind of the point, right? Ooh, they do have silver shields as well. Gosh, that's tempting. That could be a good stopgap, like holding type unit, you know? And then javelins would be good as well. But I think I just need to bring like Muwahid foot soldiers and Nubian spearmen, you know? Like these are the guys... These spearmen are the guys that are really going to hold. Same with my heavy cav, my Ghulam cavalry. They can hold as well. Javelins feels like a good idea. They always do well against heavy cav. The Ghazi infantry also seems like a good idea because they have a bonus versus armor. Yeah, it's kind of a tough choice. Maybe... Gosh, what do I do here? I feel like the javelins are good. Because if we're fighting over a bottleneck, you know, having just too many melee soldiers can be an issue because they won't all be fighting. So having these like 4 spearmen and my 2 Ghulam cavalry to hold the line while my javelins throw over the heads in a tight little bottleneck area seems like a good idea. This is kind of a risky thing, bringing this many artillery, but it's just too tempting. It could be really fun to do this. So let's make sure that my reinforcements are set up to be like okay and not dumb. So like let's just kind of do like that, and then maybe bring on archers afterwards in case I want to use them, and do that, and that looks fine. So I am hoping that I'm close enough to bring the enemy to me, Of course, I cannot reposition my artillery once they're set. Once I click begin battle, it's done. I don't want them too close because I don't. Well, gosh, I don't think they have archers, do they? I don't think they have any archers. Just yeah. Hopefully that's fine. So I have my demi cannons there. I have my catapults and then my mortar situated here because they probably need to be the closest to the bridge because I think they have the shortest range. Then I think the demi cannons have the next closest range, and then the siege cannon is set back here because I think it has the longest range. But I'm not like sure how far it's gonna reach here. So yeah, maybe bring the demi cannons just a little bit closer here, and hopefully that's gonna be good enough to draw the enemy forward. Yeah, let's kind of get up here as fast as possible, and let's just start bombing these Slav javelin men. And then, yeah, the Royal Knights, if they want to hang out there, let's shoot them here, here, and here. And there. Looks like they are bringing forward their woodsmen as well. Most of their army is situated back. So hopefully hopefully this works. Hopefully we can do enough damage to them to bring them forward. I feel like I haven't killed, like, what are they shooting at? God. Oh, dear. Oh, this might just be a wait. I don't know. I might just have to bring in my other units to force a crossing because I feel like these guys are... Looks like we killed our first guy. We killed our first javelin man. And one of my guns has exploded. Is it over here? Which gun exploded? Was it my mortar? No, wasn't that. Was it my siege cannon? What? What? I didn't even know these things could explode. I thought they were like high tech. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I don't think the siege equipment's working here. Yeah, it's not really doing much. I've killed a few javelin men. I've killed 3 Royal Knights. And I think I've killed more woodsmen than anything, honestly. Oh, yep, there goes another Royal Knight right there. So it's not going to do a ton of damage here, but you know what? We still have plenty of time in the battle timer, and we still have a decent bit of ammunition. So you know what? I brought the artillery, I may as well use them, and then I can just bring on my other units after this. Unfortunately, I think I kind of brought my... See, I thought the army was going to charge out at me, so I didn't bring my archers in my first wave of reinforcements, so that's kind of unfortunate. So when it's time for me to charge over this bridge, hopefully I'm able to get the job done. Well, that's it for the ammunition on my artillery pieces, and since I did leave my archers for kind of a little bit further down on my reinforcements, I may as well just kind of make a crossing, which is going to be bloody, but you know what? At least I do have my javelins, because my javelins can get some work done here. You know, if the spears go in first, javelins go in next, we can still probably get some work done here. First things first, let's bring in my Nubians, just to kind of soak up the damages here. They can come over here and start fighting these 15 Royal Knights. Being that they are spearmen, hopefully they can do a decent job here. Yeah, the Royal Knights are already down to 14 men. So yeah, Knights fighting spears on a choke point is not going to be a good fight for them, especially once we have our javelin men start to throw javelins in here. I hope they can actually get in range. I know their Slav javelins are throwing their javelins in, and I wonder if there actually might be some friendly fire here. These Royal Knights are already down to 8 men, and yeah, it looks like my guys are kind of getting some tosses in. Hopefully they can get a little bit closer here, and yeah, that would be nice if they got a little bit closer and did more damage, because right now they're not quite close enough. Let's kind of bring them forward here and see if we can get more of this unit in range of this melee here. For some reason, it looks like these units are kind of pushing off here and they might be retreating. I wonder if that's going to be the case, because yeah, it seems like my spearmen are doing a decent job here. I mean, it is a bloody fight on both sides, but considering that I just have the numbers and I am bringing in my reinforcements as well. We have camels coming in. They can shoot their little bows. We got some more spearmen. My arbalesters are coming in as well. That can help out. If my arbalesters can post up on the sides of the river, and they can get some shots into the flanks of these heavy cav units, that can be very good for me. And are my javelins getting any work done here? They're kind of sitting on the outside of their like javelin toss range, and I don't know if they're really good at tossing javelins when they are on a bridge. That might not be their natural javelin tossing position here. It does appear like my Nubian spearmen have created a little bit of a beachhead here on this side of the bridge. So now they will be taking a full charge in from these Royal Knights. And it looks like I have some Muahids still coming through here. These are the guys with the really high attack and high charge bonus, and they can do very well against cavalry. So if my Nubians can kind of hold the line and then my Muahid guys can maybe break the line, that would be nice. Also, if my javelins could kind of get in position and toss their javelins, that'd also be wonderful. And are my camels shooting, or are they out of range? Looks like my camels might be able to kind of shoot the guys on the edges here, but they might end up just hitting more of my guys, so it might be a little bit risky here. We'll get a few. We'll see. They're turning to shoot right now, and if it looks like I'm losing too many of my guys, yeah, it looks like my javelins are getting some tosses in as well. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Yeah, that can do some damage there. Having my guys at the bottom of the bridge and some javelins throwing overhead seems like a really good outcome for me. And yeah, camels are shooting in, and pretty soon I will have. Yeah, my Arbalesters are so slow because they have those Pavises, those big shields. So they're getting in position though. I have one of them will be positioned on either side of the river, but they are taking a while to get over here. So let's get these Muahids. Let's throw them in as well, these reinforcements, and then let's throw in my Ghazi infantry as well with their little axes. They can probably do a decent job against these armored heavy cav. Now it appears like my forces are starting to wrap up their forces. My numbers are starting to really show here, and their lack of is also really starting to show here. They keep on retreating to get some more charge bonuses in, and I don't think that's going to be able to save them here. Let's make sure that my archers aren't shooting at will, because I feel like at this point they're just going to get more, like too many of my guys. So yeah, there's a few more units of Royal Knights here, but I think over time they will get cut down by my infantry, mostly my spears. I feel like my axes still haven't really gotten into battle yet, but they're getting here. They're working on getting up as fast as possible. And yeah, the javelins are still, yeah, I don't know. I'd be curious to see how much damage the javelins have done after this battle. Now we have broken the enemy. Yeah, it looks like they're starting to run away here, so let's try to get my infantry across this bridge if we can. Here, and then, yeah, it might be time to bring over my cav as well, just to bring in the final blow. You guys can start running. That'd be wonderful. And Saharan cav, you guys can start running as well. And Berber camels, why don't you get over here as well, just to make sure that my infantry does not struggle too much with pushing back the remaining units of Royal Knights here. That's going to be it for the Polish king. He is running away, and I think he is right there. Yeah, he's right there, and he is trying to flee, although he's kind of he's having a hard time figuring it out. But yeah, it looks like he's going to be getting away, unless my cav can catch him. Let's see, I have one unit of my Saharan cav. Let's see, where are they? Yeah, Saharan cav right here. I kind of doubt they'll be able to reach them, but you know, just in case, we will see. But yeah, it looks like there's going to be at least, what, like 5, 6 guys, 7, 8, 9, at least 9 that I'll have to kill, in addition to the, you know, whatever ran away earlier. Not a bad result. I did lose 263, but I did kill 271, and you know what, that's going to be, that's a bridge battle for you. You know, it's pretty grindy. So let's see, how did my javelins do? I am curious. So these javelins did kill 18 men, all knights, I'm assuming. And how about these javelins only killed 2, so not so well for them. Yeah, not so well. And it's unfortunate that on this you can't see, like, it's not going to show me how my other units did, like my artillery or any units that were on the field. This is just the wave that was on the field when the battle ended, which is really unfortunate. It's too bad that you can't see how the units did that were on the field when he started the battle. That's really too bad, because I would like to see how my artillery did, but I know they didn't do well. That's the answer. They did not do well. Silesia has now been conquered, and now it's just going to be a matter of trying to figure out how much time is it going to take to get into that castle. Looks like Prussia, the Mongols in Prussia are dealing with a little bit of a rebellion there. I am the richest, huzzah! The Holy Roman Empire has died of an illness, okie dokie. And one of my generals has died of old age as well. And let's see, so the garrison in Volhynia is going to fall at the end of this turn. Inquisition, assassins being caught, farmland being improved, mastery foundry being completed, and famine in Leon. Yeah, income halved, alright. The Canterbury Tales, by turns witty, bawdy, sad, funny, and always worldly wise. The Canterbury Tales are proving popular with all those who read them, perhaps too popular in that they are slightly disrespectful of the pillars of authority in the world, the true church and the king. However, there is minus 20% zeal in English provinces, while the king's influence is increased. Huh. A little bit of a back and forth in that one. Some good and some bad. Let's see, well, the king's influence, it's interesting because it says like minus 20% zeal in English provinces, which indicates that that's the case regardless of who is in charge of the English provinces. Well, the king's influence is increased. Well, you'd assume that just means the English king, right? And the English is in fact still alive, so I think that's what would be the case in this specific case. But I wonder if that would be the case if the English king was not alive, like would the king that owned the English provinces, would that king have influence gained? I wonder. I'm assuming not, but I'm not sure. My Khalifa is now a great builder, so +1 loyalty, and +1 loyalty to all generals and +1 happiness in all provinces. Wonderful stuff. Which is helpful because I am, in foreign territory taking these provinces, so having that +1 happiness while I'm going about my business can do wonders for me. So this is not going to fall without an assault. Well, it's a good thing that I just have a million artillery pieces here. And yeah, there's really not much here. 9, 10, 15. Yeah, there's just 15 guys in this castle. But you know what? I will have to go in there and burn them down. But I'm thinking that the finality of this war is going to have to wait until the next episode. So as always, I hope you've enjoyed this one, and thank you very much for watching. This has been Concept playing Medieval Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.